Hey guys, welcome back to the tribe.
Welcome back, everyone.
Thank you guys so much for subscribing to our channel, leaving comments and suggestions below. All right, so we're going to get started. The topic of the day, or before we get started.
The affirmation of the day is, I choose to have a great day no matter what comes my way.
I choose to have a great day no matter what comes my way.
Right. And we say this throughout the day. We're reprogramming that subconscious mind. Okay, that's right. So today's topic, which is the topic all over the world right now, is the assassination attempt on President Donald Trump, or former President Donald Trump. So we're going to get into that. So this is a very sensitive topic, very sensitive subject, regardless of what you believe about it, whether you believe it's real. Some people are saying it's staged and so many different things. But to bring it back to our conversations that we had before when we first started the channel, we had conversations about how certain things are going to happen in the third dimension, in this reality, politically, financially, big names, big topics. And this is one of the biggest topics to ever happen in our lifetime. Right. So, whatever you think about it, it is a reality altering event, a reality shaping event simply by the energy of it. Now, there's going to be a lot of radical people who see this as a sign of war, and a lot of predictive programming that has already been going on in the movies, whether it be Civil War, propaganda, Hollywood, and all the world's a stage. And we know that the movies that are created, they like to try to mirror it in reality, like we said, predictive programming, and telling you what they're gonna do before they do it at you unless you're wrong. So I just thought it was a crazy moment. I was like, shot, and then your body goes to this. But how'd you feel at first?
I mean, when you first initially told me, I was very shocked. I was disappointed. I was why? I had so many questions. Why? It's so. Where we are today as a people, you start to see how people are starting to react when it comes to certain news and when it comes to certain topics. And some people are now taking it out of hand by putting things in their heads and being disruptive. Yeah. So to see an attempt try to assassinate President Trump, despite any of his outrageous,
whatever you thought,
comments or tweets or some of his viewpoints, at the end of the day, no one should ever have to face and ever have to be scared to live and to survive. So it's very shocking. I really like Trump. I've always liked Trump. Not necessarily a Republican. I'm not a Democrat, but I do see viewpoints and I do respect where he comes from and what he stands for.
Yeah. I think that the news and the media is the real reason why any of this is happening. They've demonized him more than they've demonized any human I've ever experienced besides Hitler. When you compare him to Hitler, you're automatically putting him in a Hitler boat. So people who don't have the critical thinking or the mind to think about what's being put in front of them, they'll go strictly off of what's being put in front of them. And if you tell somebody that a guy is Hitler and he's a threat to our country, what do you think they're going to do? The average person that is a little slower than most, they're going to go full steam ahead and go out and attack him. This is just assuming that this was a real assassination attempt and that all the world is not a stage and that this is something that really happened. So there's two different realities. There's always a conspiracy theory, but let's assume that it really happened and somebody really felt this way about Trump and wanted to kill him. To me, it's the sensationalism of the news. It's not really what he's saying. It's not really, because he's really saying logical stuff. There's reality stuff, there's immigrants, and all that other stuff. But no attempt should be made on anybody's life, but especially on a political level. But we already see that, impeachment didn't work.
Right.
Oh, jail time didn't work. All right. The next step is try to get him out of here. It's a movie.
Right. Reputation didn't work.
Right. Reputation assassination. Right.
So it's just crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, the times that we're in right now, it's also too, like, as you said before, predictive programming. I mean, they're putting it in movies. They've been putting it in movies, and we see the attempts and we see what they've already orchestrated and illustrated. Now we're just seeing it play out in real life, and it's up to us to really do our research, do our due diligence, and not necessarily feed into the media, because the media has a way of twisting things and twisting words.
Yeah.
So you can assume or you can think a person is this way, but really the person's this way. But because of what they advertise, we're going to go based off of what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So always got to follow the money
and not
ask questions.
Yeah. Not falling into sensationalism. That's the biggest thing. We see all these headlines. There's so many headlines that people make money off of how we feel, off of our emotions, right? And people can make us do things outside of our body due to the emotions that they make us feel. And that's more than likely what happened. Somebody felt so deeply about what's been said about Trump, about what they perceive about him, that they're like, yo, I got to get this guy out of here. He's really a threat to democracy. But in all reality, we had this conversation before that the true threat to our democracy is outside influences that control these people, whether it be a Biden or Trump. There's a story that's being told within America that there's this side and that side, and most people believe that story, so they'll follow their reality through to those stories, whether it be I don't like Trump, I hate Trump, let's protest, or I don't like Trump, let me try to kill him. Energy. But in all reality, there is a force outside of all that, and these events are strictly to keep our minds and our eyes on said event instead of what's really going on and the objective of those who are in power. Right. This is proof to me that something special. It seems crazy, but something special is happening on the planet. Right. If you could really see it. It's a change and a shift. Right. It's
definitely a change and a shift. I mean, and it goes back to what you were saying, like, with different sides. Having these different sides come together or be separated and then have us separated. So then that way we are in a place of combative and aggression.
And it is something that's not really something that just happened. Right. It could be anybody. It could be Trump's camp. It could be and this is just hypothesis. We're just trying to break it down in many facets and not just say this is what it is. Because most people are sensationalizing it. Even with Candace Owens. Yeah. I seen Candace Owens and I love Candace, but I seen her react sort of, not completely, but sort of in the way that Jordan Peterson reacted to the October 7th attacks. And she completely went sensationalized, completely went off the deep end, off the rail to like, just blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, you just literally put a video out not even 5 days ago talking about how cooler heads should prevail in specific instances where you don't have all the information, but you completely 360 then went completely off the rail and then started selling shirts, which was rude.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, everybody's trying to figure out a way to survive.
Yeah.
I would give her that. But, again, just going back to Trump, I think the way that hearing the news and it was so unexpected. It's yesterday, it's a couple of days after July 4th. Yeah. So nobody really expects to even hear or even see that. But it just goes to show we're in a lot of
very crazy times.
Crazy times. Segue. Okay, so the word of the day is cognizant.
Cognizant.
Which means having knowledge or awareness.
Knowledge or awareness. And to put it in a sentence, okay, let's see. What we Cognizant. I am cognizant of the political situation in America, and I'm doing my best to try to stay calm. What's up, everybody? I want to give a quick shout out to my bro, Walter. His new dispensary open, King's House of Fire, with School and Church right now, 3006 East Main Street, Portland Manor. Shout out to you. To end this off, I wanted to talk about the spiritual warfare that's going on through these acts that are happening, whether they're politically, spiritually, financially. All these things are coinciding with one main thing: the soul of the humans. We have to stay calm as possible. We know that there are things that are happening in this realm that look like so much turmoil, war, and chaos. That's only because we're purging. We're purging a lot of old karma. We talked about yesterday. We had a personal conversation about purging individual karma and then purging collective karma. And I feel like we are in a collective karmic loop. All these things, people, money and all this stuff, we think that that's the reason why a lot of these things are happening. Yes, on the surface, but deeper than that, it's a soul thing, and they're trying to get our attention. That powerful. So stay calm, no matter what's happening on the surface. We have to do our due diligence inwardly to be able to face what's happening on our surface. So that's something that I just want to put out there before we wrap things up when it comes to this Trump thing, this affirmation.
Right. I totally agree. Well, I feel like just being spiritually aware and knowing what to do during these times is really important. 100%. Protect your loved one, protect yourself, and just continue to stay knowledgeable and aware of what's going on. This is a wake-up call for everybody.
And practice our triggers, and what triggers us, what headlines triggers. Again, we create reality, and this is something that we all need to remember. We all need to know when we're watching these things, when we're putting our energy into these things. Our minds, thoughts, feelings, and perspectives have a direct effect on reality. So if there's so much information coming in, your mind is probably thinking of so many things, and your mind is the builder. So you have to get control of your mind to better create a reality.
Right. And avoid the soul snatchers.
Right. 100%. And they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Hollywood, they're on our phones. And you could tell who the trolls are. You could tell who's just trying to get a rise out of you. That's really something we got to be aware of.
Right. So, phrases. The Spanish phrase is Dónde eres?
Dónde eres?
Or de dónde eres?
De dónde eres?
Which means, where are you from?
Where are you from? De dónde eres?
De dónde eres? And in Portuguese, it is de onde você?
De onde você?
Which also means, where are you from? Mm-hmm. So, de dónde eres? And de onde você? Thank you guys so much for subscribing to our channel once again. I hope this topic was helpful. Definitely put your comments and suggestions down below. And we shall see you next time.
See you next time.